Kaljas von Kreatives Leben, and today I am doing two things. I'm doing a video hop, so to say, so I'm linking this video to Almut Olsen, another wonderful YouTube artist that is German speaking, and we are offering ATCs for no other reasons that we decided that this would be a fun idea. If you're interested, wait until the end of this video and I'll tell you a little bit more. So I started already, as you can see, and I have been basically creating my background using some neocolors too, and I'm putting down some Le Franc-Bourgeois Deco Water Green and Amsterdam Ink Reflex Rosé and Golden Hansa Yellow Medium and Amsterdam Light Pink. So my usual colors, and I'm also adding here some ink. This is the Naphthol Crimson. This is the red ink, and now I'm putting down some tissue paper in dark pink, and also some Tim Holtz tissue paper, as you can recognize. And basically here, I'm not thinking too much, just creating a background. I know that there is one part that I want to keep in red. You will see why when I start creating the ATCs. And I'm just adding texture, my usual favorite methods. I could use some stamps if I wanted, but right now I love my tissue paper that I can stick on top of everything. And I also using some Sennelier turquoise color, and the topic, by the way, I didn't mention the topic, is flowers. I love flowers, and if you know Almut, she also creates some wonderful flowers, so please check her out. You will find, I'm sure, some wonderful ideas in her videos as well. So here it's some Liquitex ink in turquoise that I'm using, in emerald green, sorry, and I'm mixing it still with while the ink is wet to create some shadings, and I love what it does to the paint. It makes it flow, and I'm adding some pink on top of it, and always going back and forth until I feel like now that this is it. So I'm going to cut down everything down into ATC size, and they're going to be more than 6, but at the end only 6 are going to be given. So here I'm starting with stamping. I've decided to stamp some flowers. That's always the easiest, and flower, but I feel that the background is a little bit too loud, so I'm going back with my Reeves iridescent white, and I'm taking again some ink, this wonderful light pink that I'm using. No, that's not the light pink, sorry, this is the reflection of this new ink that I have discovered. And yeah, I'm just putting some colors, and because right now I have been stamping, I have added here some golden Hansa yellow medium, and I love this very funky flower. You know, it could be anything, but yeah, it is a flower. And I'm adding also some white, again, some Titan white. So you will see in all the different ATCs, I'm using the same colors, and I'm playing around and having fun. So here I'm just dropping this reflex rosé, and these are basically going to be my flowers. So I apologize, I'm a little bit out of frame right now. Also because I'm going back and forth between the different ATCs, that's a little bit of the challenge that you will have. I'm doing something, I put an ATC aside until it's dry, I'm going back into it. So it's a little bit chaotic, but that's how I work, as you will know. And I I'm as soon as I have some color there, I'm just adding some more. So this is the Hansa yellow medium from Golden that I'm adding to the previous color, so that my flower really looks very painty. And here I am going into the previous paint, the previous flower that I had created. And here again, I found that the background is very loud. And you will see me do that for all my ATCs. I'm going back with some white here. This is the Titan white from Amsterdam. And basically with my fingers, I'm going to smear it around and just making sure. So I'm not going to go until the end of the card. I'm just leaving parts of it a little bit showing through so that you can see the background, which I found very beautiful. So I wanted to create an ATC where, and as you know, I love also words. So I'm adding words here. I'm adding Blumen, which means, sorry, Blume, which means flower in German. And these are sticky letters, and I'm sorry to be out of frame. Sticky letters, so you can see it now. And I just took this Dowley, I think it's Dowley. Yeah, I never know how to pronounce it. But basically, you know what I'm talking about. I'm sticking this down. It looks like a flower, and it fits very well with the word that I've written down. And here I have taken these two and I have prepared the cards so that I can go on top of them with watercolor, because I love the combination of acrylic paint and watercolor on top, because I think it's very interesting to be able to do something that you aren't supposed to do. So I'm using transparent aqua ground, and on top I'm using my Tombow markers. But you will see I'm not very happy about it. I found the Tombow marker are not loud enough for me, or too subtle on top of the loud background, so I will change that. And here I'm using some Pit Pen and going in with my Stabilo 3-in-1 around the card, so that the card is a bit darker around it. And here I'm doing the same approach with another Tombow marker, playing around, creating some little flowers, and I will go back with water to activate my Tombow marker. But you will see this will evolve a little bit, because it's better than the other one. I think the purple worked better, at least, than the pink. But and here so I'm going in with some neo color, and the black is very dark, so that's something I'm not very happy about. So here, for the flower page or card that I created with the text, I'm using some rusty paste that I'm putting around the card. That makes it easier. And here I'm going with my carbon pen and drawing around the flower that I had stamped, which I found quite nice. So what else can I say about these? So this one is one that my husband likes very much, so I will have to keep it, and I'm going to send it away. He wanted me to keep it. And yeah, so here these are basically the finishing touches. So I'm going back, and where I found that there is not enough structure, I'm adding some white with my Sharpie pen, or some black with my carbon pen. And here, this is a pink Sharpie that I have. So here I'm using some gel pen to draw a very small flower that I felt would go well. And with these flowers, I'm using some pink Sharpie in the middle, so that it pops a little bit. You know, I love it when it pops. But here again, I felt that the background was too loud, so I'm going back again with the iridescent white and pushing back the background. So I think the flower now pops far more than it did before, and that's nice. And I'm adding some metallic gel pen in gold, and it's really a shiny, very shiny gel pen. I love it, and I'm going to write flower on top of this one. because I love writing, as you might know. So this is these two. So I'm going back to the watercolor. No, I'm creating new ones. These one I haven't started yet. So I had one part of the background, as you might recall, who was very red, and I wanted to do some flowers on top of the red. So I'm creating some roses in white, and basically the colors I'm taking here are Amsterdam Titan white, it's Reeves iridescent white, and it's golden Hansa yellow medium. So basically this is what I'm doing here, and I'm putting again some of my Amsterdam ink in Reflex yellow, and I'm let it dry before I will continue later on. So now I'm going back into the watercolor pieces that I had created that weren't making me happy. So I'm going back with some proper watercolor here. As you can see it from my brush, I'm loading it with a lot of color so that it's really popping more than it was before. I didn't like the way it looked. Now I'm going back with some pink and some purple, and now we have some very bright and very yeah, yeah, you can see how this all of the sun starts to pop. I wasn't very happy about the pink. The purple could have worked for me, but not the pink. And here you can see me adding some white, and this is also some watercolor white. So there are some filling minerals that they add so that it becomes very matte, but you will see when it's dry it's not as extreme as it looks like, because it's more subtle than afterwards, but I like it. And no worries, I will have some more close-ups so you can see how they look like. And here basically what I'm doing the same cards more or less on both sides, because I just love the approach. So I've created my little rose, and the background is pink red, and now I'm just adding some turquoise from Sennelier. So that's all, and I just love the look it gives. And one of the cards I will keep, because my husband wanted me to keep one of the roses. He loves them so much. So now there are 8. As I mentioned, 2 I had to keep because my husband didn't let me give them away, and the rest I'm 3 I'm sharing with Almut, and the rest I will be handing out. So, as you can see, I have created already couples, and here this is number 1, this is number 2, and this is number 3. As you can see, the ATC on the left is mine, and the ATC on the right is from Almut. So if you have any preferences, let me know. I will try to take it under account while drawing and have a randomized picking. So if you're interested in getting one of these pairs, just write down yes, and if you have a preference, tell me. Couple number 1, couple number 2, or couple number 3. I wish you good luck and see you soon. Bye bye.